All right, we are live, and no, this is not press row, so don't get any ideas.
Hey, what's going on here?
There's no media business stories. That's Thursday. Um, but this is our ETV Network MLB playoff preview. Playoffs? I thought we were talking about
the playoffs.
But yes, we're gonna get approximately for the maybe next hour or so. We'll get into the MLB playoff push, and you're going to be seeing a lot of us because we have the access to the MLB playoff games here on the
Yeah.
play. So I think that's going to start tomorrow. I think Ben and Christy and myself are going to watch the Yankee Red Sox game, which MLB's got to be cursing a million times, and Rob Manfred's got to be cursing a million times that they got Yankees Red Sox in the wild card. So that's a nightmare. We'll get into the Mets debacle as well, and a certain obnoxious fan finally getting his comeuppance is the nicest way I can say it. And a certain somebody I've already was angry with earlier in the year for being obnoxious as a Met fan. That should give it away. But before we do all that, we should talk about Novig first. So the CTB MLB playoff preview is powered by Novig, America's #1 sports prediction market. Available right now in 35 states, including California, Texas, Florida, Georgia, and New York. On Novig, you're 10 times more likely to win long-term compared to a traditional sports book because you're playing against real users and not the house. Sign up today and use promo code ETB Network, ETBNETWORK, for exclusive bonuses. And if you put $5 onto your account, you get $50 for free plays. Okay, so we got a lot to get into. I think we should rewind back to the weekend partially because that was an interesting weekend of baseball. The only one that really mattered, though, was really the Mets and the Reds for positioning. Everything else was more who was going to win the division, if anything. But in typical Mets fashion, they Metsed themselves and lost to the Marlins again, who love to play spoiler to the Mets in every way, shape, or form. And on top of it, they don't even score a goddamn run to put up any fight.
The Mets are, there's something else, Nick. And obviously we saw all the reaction after the game had concluded from the Mets radio booth, or the Mets TV booth, I should say. But I did read, though, on ESPN.com from Jorge Castillo that the Mets at one point on June 12th had the best record in baseball. They were 21 games over 500. They went 38-55 after that day, and only the Rockies and Pirates lost more games than they did, or it was in that range. And I know that, and I even wrote in, I think yesterday during Red Zone, that now I'm eager to hear our man Nick DiMartino's thoughts on this season, because I think he said, though, on NTGB this past week that obviously the Mets had 06 and 07, I think, when they collapsed.
07.
Yeah, 07 for sure. Is vivid in my mind too. I don't know why, but it is. But that collapse happened. 06 or 08 also happens. Then now here is this team, though. Obviously, the Soto contract. Pete Alonso opting out when the game concluded. The amount, but again, though, I think though that we all agree here in some way that this is a colossal failure for what Steve Cohen has tried to do with the Mets. In a way, it reminds me of what I've seen here in San Diego with Peter Seidler, trying your hardest to put a winning product on the field, bring in star talent. And like I usually say, though, Nick, year one of getting a big-name player like a Juan Soto doesn't always work. However, though, it is still sadly the New York Mets.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of glad you brought that up because I wanted to talk about the big contracts. By the way, biggest payroll in the history of Major League Baseball not to make the postseason.
$339 million payroll and didn't even get a sniff of the playoffs.
So according to this, it says $333.3 million payroll for the Mets, setting an MLB record for highest payroll. with Soto, and they're saying Soto's number this year was 62 million. Like,
Louise.
I don't know if that includes bonus money and all that stuff. It probably does. Um, and then Lindor making over 34. And
Yeah.
and by the way, and we'll play a video from a certain somebody in a minute because I don't agree with what he said about his Mets being whatever. But some, I'll just say Frank the Tank, who went off on an obnoxious video rant, but I don't blame him because when your payroll is $333 million, you better make the effing playoffs. I mean, that's a big problem. Now, according to him, he thinks Pete Alonso was the best player on the roster this year. Sorry, I don't agree. I think Juan Soto still had a better offensive season. If you want to pick on something else with Juan Soto, catch the freaking ball in right field.
I mean, he's been a defensive liability for the past several seasons, and I hate to say that about a guy who's so young still, but I mean, I saw this firsthand for a year and a half in San Diego, Nick, and yes, we were all excited about getting him and the haul that we gave the Nationals to get Juan, and he had one big, his one shining moment with the Padres when he had that game-tying hit against the Dodgers in Game 4 of the NLDS, but that obviously was Jake Cronenworth getting the big hit. That put the Padres ahead for good, though. And then the next year, though, when they brought in Bogarts and all that stuff, though, there were, that was probably the year, though, that I can recall locally that the World Series expectations were way through the roof, though, and that team underperformed because, and I don't know, Nick, if I've told you on here or in the past, but I know I've told other people that used to be here or on different platforms, Soto sadly became the anchor that brought the whole club down in some way. There was a lot of stuff I heard from, colleagues of mine in local media who were saying, hey, this guy is all about himself. He's late to the bus. He's late to the plane. He doesn't care about being in hitters meetings when they open up a series. Scott Boras is always holding his hand to talk to the media, or he's around in some way, shape, form, or size. So that became a sidebar distraction on top of how the Padres played that season. Then obviously they make the trade, though, and I think Juan had a great year with the Yanks last season. Obviously, he had that big homer that I obviously have not agreed with about how he celebrated. Though, yes, you can say whatever you want about me and how my team celebrates and stuff like that. But then he, free agent market, and then he goes to the Mets. We knew he was going to go somewhere else, and it just boiled down to the dollar figure in place. And obviously Cohen, Cohen takes the gamble. Yeah, he has a, I think 40-40 season. He breaks the Mets single season walk records, but one guy can't win you games, and obviously I have always loved and respected Pete Alonso and Lindor and, those three, and both those guys. But I think that this was an abject failure, though, Nick, from June until this past season. And I don't really know. I think it's just so hard to pinpoint it, Nick, when a team sport like baseball, where it's such a long season, and you're relying, and the article on ESPN.com said it right, though, the Mets were relying on 3 rookie AAA Syracuse Met pitchers to hold the starting rotation together, and they all failed because of, lack of experience or innings or injuries. So I think that it was a combination of them not properly addressing their rotation. They obviously addressed the bullpen, but they blew that, though, badly with Stanek and with, Helsley and whoever else they brought in. And then the lineup just seemed to not come through, though, in big moments as this weekend played out. Again, obviously, Alonso had that, missile to left center field, though, that, Javier Sanoa tracked down. That was like 116 off the bat, hardest hit ball of the season. It's a routine line out.
It's bad luck. I mean, like that was because I was talking to some people as I went to my trainer this morning.
Yeah.
And people were saying to me, because they know I'm a big sports fan there. They're like, well, he hit the ball hard. Okay, well, hitting the ball hard doesn't mean shit if it doesn't hit the ground somewhere.
No, I mean, you can hit the ball as hard as you can or barrel it up. If it's right at the left fielder or the center fielder, it makes no damn difference.
Don't get me wrong. Like, he had to be right in line with that ball, or else that would have gone over his head. But again, a catch is a catch. Ask, and I can talk from experience, how many times has Giancarlo Stanton hit a ball 120 miles an hour and it becomes
a pop-up or a fly-out?
Or it just becomes a hard out somewhere.
Correct.
So that's not saying anything. And by the way, Mets fans got to calm down because they're all up in a tizzy, blaming Mendoza.
Carlos Mendoza.
And I hate to say this, but I don't think this is Mendoza's fault by any
And
means.
I'll add to that, Nick, because I did see a little bit of blowback against David Stearns. This is his first full year there? No, cut him some slack.
Hold on. So I would blame this more on Stearns than I would on Mendoza because Stearns is the operations guy.
Yeah,
The operations guy is control of what? The floor plan, as they say, for the Mets. Mendoza, or Aaron Boone, our two managers here in New York, they have to play with what is given. That's why Brian Cashman gets a lot of blowback here in New York because he puts a team together. Now, let me be very clear. Brian Cashman has a lot of pressure on himself. So
every year he does, though.
So he does the best he can. And it also doesn't help that the Steinbrenners have become penny pinchers as of late, the past couple of years.
Just boggling for the average, baseball fan. Like the almighty Steinbrenner family's becoming, cheap on the dollar.
Well, think about this. The Mets and the Dodgers have gone past the payroll. But wait a minute. This is ironic because the Yankees are in the playoffs and they have a lower payroll. So obviously it speaks to some standards. Maybe they finally learned that they're not their father and they can't just spend and spend and spend. And maybe they looked over to their counterparts in Queens and said, hey, look,
a bad idea.
They missed the playoffs. We're in the playoffs. Are we perfect? No. But do we have a chance to win the World Series? Yeah. I would say so. I would say anyone who makes the playoffs, and this is going to sound corny and ridiculous, but anyone who makes the playoffs, including the Reds, who made the playoffs, they have a shot. And I wouldn't say the Reds are a slouch by any means because they still had to play hard to get into the playoffs. Because at one point the Mets were running away with the wild card, and then the epic collapse. And we'll talk about another epic collapse on the other side in the American League. But Mets fans, you got to stop yelling and screaming. Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And another one who I see sitting in the chat now, who she's also a Mets fan. It's tough being a New York baseball fan. Let's put it that way. Because there's a lot.
It's better than being a New York football fan, though. Am I right?
Yes. But there's a lot of expectations on New York baseball every single year. And Jen and Nick D might get mad at me when I say this. The Yankees have far more pressure to make the playoffs than the Mets do. I'm just kidding.
But I think, though, and Mr. Small Market over here, obviously, but I think the Yankees will always have pressure on them, Nick, because they're the team everyone's tried to emulate throughout the course of baseball history. 27 rings, as they always say.
Yes. And that's the problem. That with all that history and all the, what do they call it, traditional norms and all the like, it's World Series or bust with the Yankees, which is such a ridiculous notion when in any sport when they say, oh, it's a ring or bust. First of all, that's not logically intrusive if you think about it, where you play your best and wherever you end up is where you end up. And that's it. The Yankees have such ridiculous expectations. If the expectation was the Yankees make the playoffs every year, that's not a ridiculous expectation to make the playoffs, because as long as you have I wouldn't even say a perfect team, a good enough team.
Yeah.
They will make the playoffs. Now with 3 wild cards on each side, you better make the freaking playoffs. Now, the Mets missing the playoffs and having 3 wild cards, like that's, and like you said it perfectly before, where the Mets had the best record in baseball heading into the All-Star break.
Mid-June.
So as close to the All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, they imploded. And they forgot how to play baseball. There were errors being made. Their defense was horrible in the second.
And they could never get the clutch hit, though, when they had to get it. Like, they had twice yesterday on Sunday, bases loaded. Alonso lines out. They had it again in the 8th inning, I think. They had 2 men aboard, and Soto hit a, little lazy fly ball in the infield to win the inning.
This was like the Yankees of the mid-2000s, if you remember, where they were horrible with runners in scoring position. They could never get them. And that cost them some World Series, actually, because they couldn't get there because of all the leaving runners on second and third base.
Yep.
Let's see. No pitching, no bullpen, errors, swinging for the fence. I don't know about swinging for the fences. I would argue on that one. partially.
Definitely, though, I agree. No pitching, but like I said earlier, in the rotation. Bullpen was fine, though. But again, when you're, like I said, if you're relying on kids from AAA Syracuse to lead you to the postseason, you're going to be out, shit out of luck.
Well, the reason the bullpen finally became a shit show is because they had to use it so much because they weren't getting enough length from
overtaxed.
And that the Yankees had this problem over the years too, where if you remember, the back of their bullpen was Paul Quantrill, Tom Gordon, and Mariano Rivera way back when.
Yes.
And they would just burn them out. They were having like 70, 75, 80 appearances. You're not going to survive in a postseason that way.
Exactly.
And that was before all the rules that you had to get 3 people out. Now that you have to pitch, or not 3 people out, you have to pitch a minimum 3 batters.
Yeah,
but
3 batter minimum, yeah.
So I think this was kind of destiny that the Mets were going to miss the playoffs. But it's so Mets to miss it. And the Reds lost.
I mean, both teams ended up losing, but because of the tiebreaker, the Reds got into the 6th seed.
Well, I think they ended up winning by a half game anyway, right?
Well, they were tied, but because the Reds won the regular season series over the Mets, that was the first tiebreaker that they went to.
Right, and Jen's right. Senga had a bad season.
Yeah, he did.
But Manaea was never a healthy pitcher.
He was out for the first 3 months of the year?
Right, and I think he's been in other organizations too, and he's been hurt. But that's right. I don't know. One thing that I'll say Frank said correctly was that Starnes took on a lot of projects.
Agreed.
And that's an issue in New York. I hate to say this, and people are going to tell me I'm being obnoxious when I say it. You can't take on projects in New York. You just can't.
No, I mean, because as you said, like the mentality doesn't matter what sport it is, Nick. If New York doesn't win the title, it's a failure.
Which is ridiculous. Like way back when I first was a baseball fan and I didn't know any better, like I'd be mad when the Yankees didn't win a World Series. Now it's reality. It's realistic. You got to think more realistic that if you make consecutive playoff runs for, like the Yankees made it at one point, I think like 14 or 15 straight years, they just made the playoffs.
Something like that, yeah.
Like that's success. You're not going to win the World Series every year. Now, the Yankees haven't won one since 2009. The Yankees haven't won. The Mets haven't won since '86. So
you've actually won a World Series.
Listen, this team was going to disappoint after the miracle run. No, I disagree with that too. Just this season has nothing to do with last season at all. Different team. It's a totally different team, built differently. Same pieces. You had a Lindor, you had an Alonso, but you didn't have Soto.
You added a Soto.
But you didn't have Soto when you made the run.
And you bought at the trade deadline, but not in the right areas.
But Jen, I want to point out to Mets fans also, and you said it before, Callan, about Soto. Downer. And I think he is a downer. If you remember when the season ended, when the Yankees made their run to the World Series, he was being interviewed, if you remember, in the locker room. I don't know if this was in LA or in New York. I can't remember which.
Probably New York.
When they ended up eventually losing, even though the Yankees made an incredible comeback in that World Series.
Yeah.
But they said, well, what's your plans? Oh, I'm going to the highest bidder. If you remember, do you remember that though? Like
I do.
And I remember saying, it's like scratching my head. Like, so the Yankees are probably your best chance to win. And
I'm going to go where the money's at, and it's going to be across town in Queens.
But someone said to him, like, are you going to, I think he jokingly said, like, oh, if the Marlins make me the best offer, that's where I'm going to go. And I'm like, so then I started thinking to myself, I'm like, so if the White Sox drunkenly made an offer to you that was higher than the Mets, are you going to go there?
Yes.
So, and first of all, Cohen made a terrible mistake where, if you remember when the negotiations were going on, do you remember what he said or no?
I think I remember bits and pieces, but I remember it was like very much like, dude, what are you talking about? What are you doing?
So Cohen said that he was willing to drop a blank check on Juan Soto before the negotiations really started.
Okay, yeah, that does ring a bell now. Yes.
So basically, that was opening the door for if it hits a billion, I'm going to pay it.
Yeah, which would have been just utterly insane if that actually happened.
I can't even. And by the way, Mets tickets are probably through the roof now because of that.
Oh, of course, absolutely,
Not that New York tickets are not through the roof to begin with,
precisely.
but I hate to say this, but this is an abstract failure with the Mets, and the Reds beat you. Come on, like, and no disrespect to the Reds, but the Reds beat you.
Yeah, they did. I mean, I think that the Mets will be like one of the lead storylines of the offseason because of how this happened again for like the third time in like not recent history, but third time in quite a while that it's the Mets again like in the driver's seat, and then the bottom falls out. Unlike, I mean, or maybe like the other storyline, Nick, in the American League Central.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible. We'll get to that in a second. But what I want to say is, you know what? I really don't have any sympathy for the Mets because, and I hate to say that because they spent so much fucking money that,
Yeah.
like you said, Cohen was trying to buy. And I have the tweet, which you and I were laughing at before.
Oh,
So Steve Cohen writes a ridiculous tweet, which I'll read. Mets fans everywhere, I owe you an apology. You did your part by showing up and supporting the team. We didn't do our part. We will do a post-mortem and figure out the obvious and less obvious reasons why the team didn't perform up to your and my expectations. We are feeling raw emotions today. I know how much time and effort you've put into this team. The result was unacceptable. Your emotions tell me how much you care and continue to motivate the organization to do better. Thank you to the best fans in sports. Now, there's one word in there. One hyphenated word in there.
post-mortem.
Post-mortem. That made you and I scratch our heads, right?
Yes.
So, how are we supposed to react to that word? Because I've never heard an owner say post-mortem.
I mean, what does that kind of like in a way tell me that like changes might be coming in some weird way?
You're not going to fire Starnes. You just brought him here.
No, you're not going to do that, and I doubt you fire Mendoza.
Oh, I think if they're going to make him the scapegoat, I think, unfortunately.
Agreed.
But we saw what happened. I don't know if it was the beginning of this year, if it was last year. What was the year that they absorbed the 2 pitching contracts with Verlander and Scherzer?
2022.
Do you remember though that he basically just stepped up and said, I'm gonna absorb that. Like most don't.
Yeah, because I think because 2022 is when the Mets won like 100+ games and San Diego beat them in 3. In Queens to move on to the DS, and then I think the next year is when they move both of them off the roster. I want to say at the deadline the next season.
But I'm saying like no other owner would have absorbed $90 million.
Correct.
No. So is he a drunken idiot with his money,
Possibly.
or is he saying, okay, maybe I'm going to do something that the Wilpons didn't do, which was spend money?
Correct.
But post-mortem.
Grim.
Like, are you an owner or are you a fan? Well, he was a Met fan before he bought the team.
Yeah,
But
I don't know how to feel about it. Obviously San Diego enjoys seeing Soto fail after, his time here. So that's one thing.
I do also.
but also like post-mortem makes no sense to the casual baseball fan. Like, can you just write it in plain English about what you're going to be doing?
How about just say we'll do better? Like, even though it might be a partially bullshit lie, but
yeah.
Why can't you just do what every other owner or manager says, where it's like, all right, we effed up, we goofed, we missed the playoffs.
And Jen's right though. I'm sorry, guys, but we got shut out against the Marlins. Absolutely unacceptable in every way possible.
Okay,
I get it.
But hold on, the Marlins are not a crapshoot like they once were. So
they actually had a pretty decent season considering
they were
that yeah.
So, Jen, I agree with you, by the way, that they shouldn't have been shut out. But
yeah, they should have a run, if not 2, if not tie the game.
But the Marlins are not the
They're not really much of a pushover anymore like they used to be.
They have some really good young players coming up now. Like,
Yeah.
except for I'm surprised they didn't trade Alcantara. That one kind of surprised
I'm
me.
sure they will when the offseason rolls around.
The Yankees were trying. Like, they were trying
San
desperately.
Diego was too at one point.
That would have been a good fit for San Diego rotation. I think that would have been an innings eater that you guys probably needed, and we needed too.
Yeah.
But you know what? Right, I'm not saying they're a bad team, but on paper we're a better team. Are you though? Because you were only like a game or two ahead of them. So are you really a better team? Unless you're talking about players and talents.
Yeah, I mean, putting rosters on paper for sure, but obviously, I mean, I hate to say that if games were on paper, San Diego would be having a World Series title in 2023.
Oh God, New York teams would have had World Series and championships in every sport if it was on paper.
Agreed.
I'm looking at the standings just because I want to. Okay, so the Mets only won 4 more games than the Marlins.
Wow.
So are they really better?
No.
No. And don't give me last season. Don't give me 2022. And what was the year they made the World Series against the
2015?
So don't give me any of those teams because that doesn't matter. I care about now. I don't want to know about the past is the past, especially in baseball. The past is the past.
Such a long season.
So, and this is on paper, but this is official that 83 and 79 and 79 and 83. Okay.
Not that far off.
And they only lost. And by the way, everyone was going to get killed by Philly anyway, so it didn't matter. You want to talk about a team that really played well?
And a team right now that I think is the betting favorite right now for the World Series, Philadelphia.
Even though, and when we get to the end, I'll give you a World Series I really want to see. I might have mentioned it to you already, but one that you're not going to, that would fit in with your Mr. Small Market too, partially.
Does it involve the Seattle Mariners?
Yes. And it involves another team I really want to see badly on the National League side make it. But let's talk about the other one, the other collapse that happened, which is Detroit. And I thought the Mets in 07 were bad. Would you say like this is catastrophic?
It's never happened in the history of the game, Nick, and I've never seen a team have the bottom fall out as badly. The Mets are one thing, but nothing like the Detroit Tigers, man, who I think were a feel-good story last season. But again, that's in the past, though, about that late September surge. They got in. They end up winning a playoff round over the Astros, I think, in the wild card round. And then this season, though, like, it was great until something went wrong. And I don't know what that was, though. But, I mean, great team, great roster, great manager in A.J. Hinch. And then something from, like, out of nowhere, they blow a 15.5 game lead. I think it's the most number of games up or leading.
History, yeah.
In history of the game that a division leader had coughed up to lose the division title to, of all teams, Cleveland, who goes back-to-back and wins the AL Central on both the Tigers losing, I think, along with a walk-off 3-run homer off of against Texas by Brian Rocchio off the foul pole.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? They got in, so it's really not the end of the world, but it's just a collapse. Like
it's a collapse, but nothing like the Mets, sadly.
I mean, at least Detroit was going to make the playoffs one way or the other. It might have taken it until the last day.
Yeah.
But, the second to last day. The last day was more for the division.
Who actually won the division championship.
Which, by the way, congrats to Cleveland. Cleveland had no expectations going into this season.
I mean, can we say it, Nick? Maybe Stephen Vogt might be winning AL Manager of the Year again.
I could see it. I don't know if
or would it be John? Or would it be John Gibbons in Toronto?
I think Toronto's going to flop again at some point during the playoffs. As much as I think Toronto is a big threat, they never make it past the second round, ever. And until they get past the second round, I'm not going to take them seriously because, believe it or not, I think the Yankees or the Red Sox could beat Toronto. I really do. Because their pitching is not solid right now. They're going in slumping going into the playoffs. First of all, if it wasn't for Toronto slumping as bad as they did, the Yankees almost had a chance to win the division on the
Right.
last day. By the way, 8-1 in their last 9 games.
Sheesh.
They're lucky that Toronto's lucky they didn't lose one extra game
Yeah. Otherwise, they would have been, in a wild card series instead.
with the Red Sox. But Detroit one is bad. Cleveland was great, and they traded their ace.
Yeah, they sold at the deadline, and they still won a division championship.
Who was the ace again? I can't even. Bieber?
Bieber to the Blue Jays.
Ironically enough.
Ironically, to the Blue Jays.
Imagine if they end up playing. I mean,
oh, baby.
but Detroit's an interesting story. I have the where did I put it? I have the bracket right here. So
Got a couple of, we have a few divisional rivalries in the wild card round, and they're all in the American League.
by the way, if you remember, that was not allowed many years ago.
Now it is, which is ridiculous.
Because like I started off at the beginning here, Rob Manfred's got to be cursing up a storm right now that the Yankees Red Sox are playing in the wild card. That was not allowed years ago.
I know.
You couldn't see divisional matchups until the CS.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, right?
Yes.
So you're going to get Cleveland, Detroit, and Yankees Red Sox in the wild card? I mean, you're going to lose division right off the bat. They should call it the wild card division series. It's really what they should call it.
WCDS.
Yeah. So you have Toronto on one side, you have Seattle on the other. That's going to be interesting seeing Seattle host a series.
Oh, man, that ballpark is going to be on level 10 in Seattle.
And then Toronto hosting a playoff series. I was there 2 years ago. That place is insane. And then on the other side, you have the Dodgers and the Reds, which I think is just going to be a throwaway series, to be quite honest.
More than likely.
I just don't like. First of all, I'd be happy if the Reds won any games in that series and at least made it a 3-game series. And then obviously the series that has some rivalries here.
Yeah, I mean, not really, but sure.
Well, the Cubs and the Padres series, all in Wrigley Field.
And all at high noon Pacific time.
I mean, can we talk about that for a second with the scheduling? Because, come on, Rob, really? The way you did these schedules, and I have that too, if I can pull that up.
Yeah, it should be Detroit, Cleveland at 10 o'clock Pacific, and then San Diego, Chicago at noon, Boston, New York, and then Cincinnati and the Dodgers.
Okay, so they announced the starting pitching for tomorrow.
Pivetta for San Diego, and I'm guessing it's going to be Imanaga for the Cubs.
Well, right now it's undecided for the Cubs.
Still, yeah, but we got Pivetta throwing tomorrow.
Is he the ace? He's not the ace.
He's our ace, yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking of what's his name, who they traded. Who did they trade again? I can't remember his name. The Padres ace.
Or
was it the one they got? Or was Cease? Wasn't Cease?
No, he was not traded. He will be throwing probably game two on Wednesday.
I thought Cease was the ace. I guess not.
Cease was close to getting traded to Houston, but it fell through at the 11th hour of the deadline.
That's right. I forgot about that. They were like waiting and waiting and waiting. The deal never finished. So obviously in the other series, you have Skubal versus Gavin Williams. I don't even know who Gavin Williams is. Pivetta versus Undecided. That's on ABC, by the way.
Kevin Brown will be doing the game, by the way.
What, on ABC?
Yeah, Kevin Brown of the Orioles will be doing the Padres Cubs series.
Really?
Yes.
Did not see that one come. I love him, by the way. He will just for that read, that farmer read.
Yes, the Colton Cowser's Cow Corral. Yes.
And then you have Yankees Red Sox. So you have Crochet versus Fried.
Oh,
that's good. Fried. Everyone's going to say Skubal deserved the Cy Young. How do you not put Fried up there for
Fried and or Crochet? Maybe.
You have the battle of aces in that first game. Of course, stupidly they put that game at 6 o'clock. Like, really? and you put Reds at the Dodgers at 9.
Come on now. You knew it was coming.
And then I'm just looking around. I think they all go the same, like for all the days, right?
Yeah, all three are at the same time.
Oh, so they do have some of the matchups. Okay, so Freed is going to be game 1, and Rodon is going to be game 2. And then they have Schlitter pitching game 3.
Ooh.
Who's been pitching fairly well in the second half of the year.
Okay.
So I don't hate it. Obviously we're missing Cole for the Tommy John surgery. Imagine if we had Cole, we probably do win the division, probably.
Agreed. I think so.
But if what is that dumb saying? If ifs and buts meant whatever, then
Yep.
so. And I'm just trying to look at the rest of the matchups to see if they have any. That's weird. So the Yankees named all their pitchers, but nobody else named
No
all.
one else has done some of beyond game 1, huh?
Yeah, which is odd. So just look at the rest. Reds and Dodgers. So that's going to be Hunter Green for the Reds,
Snell should be throwing game 1 for the Dodgers.
and that's still undecided.
I think I heard that'll be Snell and Yamamoto for sure. They will. If the Dodgers get to game 1 versus Philly, Ohtani gets game 1. From what I heard.
Wait, Otani's going to get game 1?
Yeah, if they get to play Philadelphia.
That's an interesting debate now with Ohtani pitching and hitting in the playoffs. Do they slow that down partially with him on the pitching side during the playoffs?
I mean, there was a lot of talk of him maybe being a reliever. Like, well, that's not really possible because what if he's coming up to hit and he's in the bullpen warming up?
Well, someone said that he could be an outfielder, maybe.
Possible.
He should just be a hitter. I'm sorry, he's a much better hitter than he is a pitcher. He had 50 runs again.
By the way, do you want to hear about who ESPN has doing all 4 of the wild card rounds?
Yes, I do.
All right, Tigers and Guardians. Sean McDonough.
Okay.
Todd Frazier and Taylor McGregor working sidelines and dugouts.
I didn't know Frazier was fully working for ESPN. Okay.
Padres Cubs, Kevin Brown, Jess Mendoza, Ben McDonald, and Jesse Rogers.
I love Jesse Rogers. He's funny. We've had him on the podcast 2 or 3 times. He's funny.
Red Sox Yankees is the S&B crew. So Ravage, David Cohn, Eddie Perez, and Buster Olney.
That furthers my point that Major League Baseball is pissed because they put the number 1 team there.
And then Reds Dodgers will be Boog Shambi, Doug Glanville, and Aiden Gonzalez.
That makes sense. And then eventually what will happen is Boog and Doug Glanville will end up doing the radio for the World Series.
Yeah.
Which will be because I don't know if they announced the deals yet for baseball, but ESPN is probably going to be done after this year.
By the way, I have Novig open if you'd like to check out some series winners.
Yeah, let me open that too because we're going to. Okay, I went to open the app and then it closed.
Guardians, Tigers. Detroit is a slight favorite at minus 124.
Let me go to my futures here.
So series winners, they have Tigers minus 124, Cleveland plus 100. Cubs and Padres. Cubs are a slight favorite, minus 125. Padres plus 100. Dodgers minus 272. Reds plus 212.
I kind of like Cleveland because of the way they're playing right now.
They are hot.
And Detroit's going the wrong direction.
And they've been going the wrong direction since they began to blow the 15-game lead.
And this is going to sound crazy, but I kind of like San Diego too.
The Padres have not been a good road team this season, but you get game 1. I think sky's limit. I think sky's the limit if you win game 1.
Well, in a 3-game series, game 1 is
especially and I think I heard a stat that since this new format's come in, the winner of game 1 has never lost a wild card series since this new system came into place.
Right. And then let's see what they have for World Series odds. So
they got the Dodgers still as the favorite.
This is weird. This is weird. They have all the World Series odds as pluses. That's interesting. So
Yeah, so the Dodgers, Phillies, Mariners, Brewers, Blue Jays, Padres, Cubs, Reds.
where's the Yankees?
Yankees
Wow.
are not listed right now.
No faith. And no faith in the Guardians either.
So if you were to put down a $10 Novik bet on the Padres at plus 1166, your payout's $126.60.
That's crazy.
But it's funny that the Dodgers and Mariners have higher no odds of the top 3 teams on Novig. Minus 567 that they don't win the World Series.
See, the ones I would watch, Philly is one I would watch. I wouldn't take Seattle because Seattle reminds me of Toronto. They never make it to the end.
Sadly.
One I would actually watch this year is Milwaukee also.
They are an interesting group. I mean, what a year that they've had, but you wonder though if their playoff luck continues to bite them in the ass again.
Yeah. San Diego, I don't know if they're built enough to make the long run.
My main thing is about will the pitching hold up? Starting pitching hold up. We know about what the bullpen can do. Not having Laureano is going to hurt a little bit in the lineup because he's got the fractured finger. I mean, obviously I have faith in my ball club, but it's about will the rotation actually hold up to get at least through round 1 to get to Milwaukee.
I really think they could win that series. I do.
I think so too. It's to me, this series will be won or lost by the Padres with starting pitching. I'm not really worried about the lineup. I'm not worried about the bullpen. The starting rotation is going to be what makes or breaks this season for them come tomorrow afternoon.
The only one I'm fairly confident, obviously, is the Dodgers, just because I don't think Cincinnati can win. Really, I don't think they're.
I'm not going to lie though. L.A., Philadelphia though, in the DS would be pretty electric to watch though, with the first 2 games being in Philadelphia.
The only thing that I would say maybe is a watchable thing in the Dodger Red series is the Dodger bullpen. Like
they're going to be. I mean, as much as the Padre rotation has been kind of a circus, the Dodger bullpen has been a circus for the last few weeks. And so many of my friends who are Dodger fans, they're beyond livid. They just now are like, well, okay, hope and pray that the bullpen can hang on to the game here, but. I mean, a lot of them, they cringe whenever Blake Treinen enters a ball game now.
Yes,
they have no faith in him. I mean, there's talking them moving rookies. Sasaki may become their closer at one point. I mean, that is a great valid point though for all that the Dodgers have with their rotation. Now, quick heads up, no Kershaw for the opening 3 games because they left him off the roster. I think they're saving him if they do in fact get beyond the first round of the. He also did throw on Sunday too, so there would probably not be enough time for him to recoup or what have you.
Why can't you put him in the bullpen? He pitched out of the bullpen when they
pitched out of the bullpen against Arizona last week, but they opted to leave him off the roster for round 1.
I mean, you're gonna beat the Reds, but I don't know if I buy that. Like sitting him for 3 games and not getting any action,
yeah, it's a little weird that you would do that for a guy that now obviously you get through round 1. That's that's one thing, but I mean, what if the worst comes out of it though, and it's they somehow drop the series? You don't let Clayton Kershaw get one last playoff hoorah for you.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying usually because I was talking to some people about rosters and they're like, why do we always see these weird names hit the roster? And I'm like, because
all the time.
Because sometimes you need the weird names to fill certain
depth.
Right. And you're going to take a utility guy sometimes over an extra pitcher sometimes because they can play multiple positions when needed. But you're telling me you don't need a veteran arm like Clayton Kershaw, at least in the bullpen somewhere? Something's not adding up there. But I guess the Dodgers are so confident
and sometimes when you're overconfident, that can be hubris, and sometimes it can bite you in the rear.
Yeah, and that's the problem. So doesn't your overconfidence, then it becomes ego?
Yeah, I mean, just look. I mean, if you want a case study, Nick, look at how the Dodger bullpen imploded this whole past weekend in Phoenix against the Diamondbacks. They had multiple late inning leads, and whoever they brought in coughed it up, and they wound up losing 2 games in walk-off fashion.
Yeah, their bullpen is going to cost them at some point in the postseason. I don't know when.
Maybe not round one, but I think eventually, a team like Philly, maybe if the Padres get their head out of their ass finally, who knows who it might be, but eventually all the bullpen mistakes will probably catch up to them at some point in time.
I mean, if they play Philly, I think they're screwed. I
I
do.
think so too.
Because Philly is such an offensive juggernaut. Kyle Schwarber is going to get some MVP votes, even though he probably won't win it.
And more importantly, look at how the Phillies play at home, and they got home field advantage too.
Yeah, they're going to get, what is it in the round? Is it 5 games or 7? I don't even remember.
3 out of 5.
Okay, so I would take Philly all day over the Dodgers. I think the pitching is better, and this is without what's his name, who went down for the year, Zach Wheeler, who was pitching very well before he got diagnosis with a blood clot.
Yeah, blood clotting is no fun. That's for sure.
How many freaking blood clots have we seen across professional sports? I mean,
him, Wembanyama, Chris Bosh at one point had to retire because of them.
Oh, Damian
Lillard.
So that's crazy how much that injury's become a phenomenon in sports. But I don't know, because I think the Dodgers will advance. My guess is that's probably going to be a 2-gamer. I think they're going to win 2 games fairly easily. I shouldn't say easily, but something tells me I think San Diego is going to pull out and win.
I mean, it might have to go 3, but I mean, them in Chicago, they played a very good regular season series. Both teams won 3 games. Both teams scored 25 runs. So
wow, talk about even.
I mean, talk about even, Steven, though. But going to Wrigley is always tough, and come October, September, what have you. I mean, I think that this series will be won or lost by starting pitching.
And the thing is, whoever makes it in Milwaukee, I wouldn't say that's a given for Milwaukee either. No. Because what has Milwaukee proven over the last couple years? They can't
find a way to implode, but also, but will their midseason surge of them, when they went on that heater of winning like 14 plus straight games, finally catch up to them at the worst possible time?
Well, I wouldn't even say because they're tired. I would just say because for some reason they just don't come through in the playoffs. So I think whoever advances to face Milwaukee might actually have a good shot, believe it or not.
Yeah, whether it's the Padres or the Cubs. I mean, I think that both teams got a pretty decent chance. If not, maybe they might. Honestly, if that happens, I would probably go with the team that wins the series between the Padres and the Cubs to beat Milwaukee.
Now, let's look ahead into the crystal ball a little more. So we think the Dodgers are going to play Philly. I think Philly wins that series. I think
so too. I mean, if it goes that far, because I think Philly's got. I mean, both lineups are scary good, but I think the Phillies bullpen is going to be the one that wins it for them in that series.
And I think too many dangerous hitters for Philly also.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, both offenses are so damn loaded. I think it boils down that series, if it gets there, that one becomes about better bullpen. I would probably go Philadelphia by a long shot right now because of how shaky LA has been.
And better starting pitching too. Because if you get into the Dodgers bullpen faster, I think that's trouble.
Yeah, I mean, if you jump on Snell or Ohtani or Yamamoto very quickly, and you got to start making those phone calls to the bullpen, advantage Philadelphia.
All right, so Philadelphia there. I was looking at San Diego, so I might even say San Diego would advance over Milwaukee. I think.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think the Padres will probably have to win in 3, just because the Game 2 starter is obviously not been announced yet. It could be King, it could be Cease, it could be a piggyback situation where they start Darvish and then maybe throw someone. I mean, I don't know yet, but I know that we got Pivetta pitching Game 1.
I don't think you're going to see a piggyback situation in the playoffs.
I would hope not. I don't like when teams do that in general. I mean,
what do they call that? The
opener.
I hate that. Ugh. But I hope they go to Cease because I think Cease would actually pitch well. I think
they probably will go to him in Game 2. But I think though, if it does become San Diego, Milwaukee, or even Chicago, Milwaukee, I think that you and I both are in mutual agreement though that the Brewers got to kind of prove it to you that they can actually pull it off. Make the postseason worthwhile.
Agreed.
I mean, if there's one NL team not named LA, I don't have a lot of faith in. It's probably the Brewers, just because is this is this fact or fiction about them being the number one seed and the 96 or 97 wins on the season and blah blah
Not
blah blah
the first
blah.
time either that they were
Yeah,
a number one seed. What was it, last year or the year before?
I think last time they were number one probably was when they went to the World Series in '82 when they were in the American League still.
But I thought they had or they were close to a best record the last couple of years,
I
weren't
think they
they?
were close, but they haven't gotten it, I don't think. But yeah, I mean, either Padres or Cubs. I obviously Padres in 3, hopefully, and they can move on to bring some playoff games back to San Diego for the NLDS.
So I think the Padres might win that series too. So we're looking at Phillies Padres maybe on one side.
It'd be a rematch of 2022.
The problem is
The Padres did not play well in Philly, but they did play well against Philadelphia in San Diego for the All-Star break.
The Phillies loaded. Like
Philly's loaded, though. It does feel like, though, if this is a year for any team, though, Nick, to win it all in the National League, not named San Diego to me, Philly.
Yeah, Philly has been kind of like
they've been building this for what 5-6 years, and then they've not had any results. Minus 2022, getting to the World Series and losing to Houston.
They're like the false assassin. I like to call them, where everyone says, well, they have the best lineup. They're the mashers, and the pitching has been great. Which, by the way, the pitching does look really good now for them. Like, it's finally equaling the hitting that they have. So,
and their bullpen is scary good with Duran, along with their rotation despite Wheeler's absence. Like, to me, it feels like it's Philly for sure in the National League. If it's not named San Diego, I would probably say Philadelphia, because they've been building it though for so long to finally get to the top of the mountain.
If Philly had Wheeler, I'd be even more confident. Right?
Oh, absolutely. But with them not having him, I can okay, there's a small chink in the armor.
Yeah, but if they had Wheeler, I think they dominate. I think they even go World Series possibly.
Same.
But okay, so that's one side. Now we got to look at the American League. So Yankees, Red Sox. I mean, I think the Red Sox won the season series. I think
they won 9 of the 13 games, if memory serves me correct, which was very much a shock this past season.
I'm looking that up because I don't remember.
But I mean, all 3 games though are in New York, aren't they?
Yes. Let's see. You're right.
I'm going to say advantage Yankees, believe it or not.
Without bias, obviously, I think the Yankees should win that series. I think the offense is better for the Yankees than the Red Sox. Pitching is debatable. I think that could go both ways. I really do.
But does it boil down to a battle of bullpens like Padres Cubs?
Yeah, I think the Yankees have the better bullpen. I think they do. Like,
even though the Red Sox have Chapman.
We've seen Chapman get hit before, though.
That is true.
Even though he's still throwing 103 at 37 or 38 years old, which is
insanity.
Which makes me wonder how he's doing that. But I don't think the Red Sox have enough offense. I don't. And I think playing in Yankee Stadium matters in the playoffs.
Yeah. If this was in Fenway, this may be advantage Red Sox, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it takes me all the way back to that series. What was it, in
04?
Whenever they were up 3-0 and ended up losing. First time ever losing or winning 0-3.
Yep.
That was a weird series because security had to get involved because fans were reaching over the stands and
all that, and they were throwing the plastic beer bottles on the field after A-Rod knocked the ball to Bronson Arroyo's glove in that game.
Or when Sheffield, remember the kid security guard who had to stop Gary Sheffield from going and attacking a fan in right field? Yep. That was real baseball back then.
A-Rod and Veritek throwing hands.
But I'm saying Yankees Red Sox playoff. That felt like the World Series. Today,
not so much.
You don't feel that, but I'm going to say that probably goes 3 games because I think it's going to be.
I would hope it goes 3 for the sake of the fact that this is a wild card series and not in the DS or CS.
But I think the Yankees somehow pull it out. I just think Detroit and Cleveland. Now, is there going to be some vengeance on the mind of Detroit?
I mean, if they can somehow get their head out of their rear end after what they did, maybe. But I still think it's advantage Cleveland because they're hot.
I like Screwball. I think, is he the Cy Young? Probably. even though I think Max Fried would like a word.
Yeah.
19 wins. He led the American League in wins this year.
I think it boils down to ERA for that.
Well, don't say that to Felix Hernandez, who went, what, 13-13
Yep.
and won a Cy Young.
Young. Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, like they gave him no run support and he was losing close games every single week.
All the time.
But it's a weird series because they both were hot and cold at certain points of the season.
I mean, does Cleveland's luck now run out after they made up all that ground to win the division title?
I mean, that was a heavy hill to climb.
I mean, they made up 16 games to overtake Detroit in like a matter of weeks.
I mean, I think eventually it's going to come down at some point.
I still feel like Cleveland's got kind of got them right where they want them, though. But
I think that's going to be 3 games also, though.
I think so.
If that's the case, I think Cleveland probably has more to hold on.
Agreed.
Detroit, I don't really know. After Screwball, who's endangered there? Like,
not Flaherty.
So if it goes 3 games, I think Cleveland ends up winning.
Agreed. I think so too.
If somehow Detroit can win game 1 and try to steal it in 2, I think they could win it.
Same.
But the issue you run into is, so let's say Screwball wins and then they win in 2 games. You can't pitch Screwball. I mean, yeah, you can't pitch Screwball in the Seattle series, until game 3?
Probably, but there is 2. But I think now there's 2 off days between games 1 and 2 now of the DS, so teams can reset their rotations.
All right, so it wouldn't be until at least game 2, though.
Yeah,
which is going to screw up the rotation if that goes long.
The winner of that's going to go to Toronto, right?
Which one? The Detroit Cleveland? No, that's Seattle.
Oh,
Yankees. Right. See, this is what's effed up. The Yankees Red Sox. It's full division. They're going to go. The winner plays in Toronto.
Yeah, and if the Cubs win, they go and play the Brewers.
So much for trying to get other teams to play each other, not in division. But
so 3 AL East teams made it, 2 Central teams, and then just the Mariners in the American League West.
Yeah. So I think we think Cleveland's probably going to win that series, probably in 3.
Yeah, Guardians in 3.
Who then take on Seattle.
And then what? Yankees in 3?
Yeah, I would say Yankees in 3.
Padres in 3, Dodgers in 2.
Yeah. So then you have Seattle and Cleveland.
Wow.
But we should have the same questions about Seattle, the same way we have questions about
Milwaukee.
Like Milwaukee and Toronto.
And the Blue Jays.
Do we think Seattle will finally get over the hump? They didn't do it last year.
Mean, other than the Padres, I'd love to see the Mariners. Though we have that phony Vetter Cup rivalry, I would love to see the Mariners actually have some success. I mean, for a franchise who 30 years ago was their first real shining moment when they made up their own 10-game deficit against California to go to the postseason, and that season saved baseball in Seattle in '95. I mean. You would hate for it to end though with how Cal Raleigh, in my opinion, should win MVP. You would just hate to see that run come to a conclusion.
That's another thing. We could talk about that in a minute. But
yeah, the Mariners have to prove it to me though, too, just like Milwaukee.
I think Cleveland wins that series. I think it's going to be longer though. I think I could see that going 5.
That'd be epic. A game 5 in Seattle.
Yeah. Something tells me, though, that I think Seattle's going to implode at the end of the series, though.
Yeah, it's like something's going to give with the rotation. Brian Wu may not be able to throw because he's got a bad pectoral muscle.
Who's their ace? I don't even know in Seattle.
Luis Castillo.
Has he been good?
He's been good this year. Him, George Kirby, Logan Gilbert.
It was a little rocky for Castillo when he first came over.
Brian Wu had a hell of a year till he got hurt. And then they got Andres Munoz in the bullpen.
And J-Rod's got to perform.
He's got to perform. You hope Raleigh can keep going what he's been doing.
Last playoffs, J-Rod was a disaster.
I know.
Couldn't get a hit. I mean, all right. So we probably have Cleveland in 5. So then we have Yankees, Blue Jays.
I mean, can Toronto finally pull it off? I don't think Yankees, Guardians in the ALCS again.
The problem is Toronto beat the crap out of the Yankees in the regular season.
So
But
I'm guessing that. Well, I mean, the playoffs are a whole other animal.
yeah,
So
that's where I was going. That something to well, first of all, Stanton comes raring to go for the playoffs, which it's amazing. He gets hurt during the regular season, and then what he hit 8 home runs last postseason.
Fernando Tatis Jr. hit 7 home runs in the last 2 weeks of the regular season after he had COVID.
Right, but I'm saying like Stanton remembers how to hit once the playoffs come, which I guess if
Yes.
anything that's good. But Judge has got to hit. He's got to hit. He looked miserable in that World Series. Like,
And then, but also, and to your point a little bit, this is also, Nick, teams will start pitching around those guys.
well, no, because first of all, Judge has got to learn how to adjust in the playoffs to hit a breaking ball.
Yes.
How many times did Dodgers pitching throw him a curveball or a sinker?
Or a sweeper or a sweeper that would go towards the other batter's box, and he would whiff at it.
Yeah, I mean, until Judge makes an adjustment to hit a breaking ball,
we're going to keep throwing it.
Why would you dare throw him a fastball? Why?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know. Where do you see that series going? That 5-game series going? I think it goes 5.
I think it goes 5. I kind of want like Toronto, Seattle in the damn ALCS. But I feel like the Blue Jays' luck will run out, though, because the Yankees will be on their A game.
Well, I also just Toronto doesn't deliver.
And they haven't delivered since '93 in the playoffs.
Actually, that was Toronto, Philly? No.
Yeah, '93 was Toronto, Philly.
Okay.
'92 was Toronto, Atlanta when Dion, of course, was playing, as we said on last Thursday on Press Row.
That's the one. I remember Toronto played back-to-back World Series.
Won them both.
That's right. But I don't know. Something tells me Toronto's going to implode at some point just because they don't.
Sadly, I feel like Toronto and Seattle are primed to probably crap the bed.
So that would be actually be right back where we were a couple years ago. Yankees, Cleveland.
It was an epic series that last time, and I think that probably favors New York still.
Well, Cleveland's a much different team when they.
That is true.
What's his name? Who was on Arizona now? What was his name?
Josh Naylor.
He was like beating them like crazy.
And now Naylor's on the Mariners.
Oh yeah, that's right. Imagine if that happened, Yankee Seattle
again.
That would be going back to
the '95 ALDS and the 01 ALDS when the Mariners won 116 games.
When what was it? When Griffey hit the ball down in the left field corner and A-Rod scored from first.
Yep.
Yeah, that was no bueno. Ugh, the Yankees totally blowing that series. But all right, so we have Yankees and Cleveland on one side, and we're thinking San Diego and Philly
on the other. Race. One time, please.
I don't know. I think Philly's the overwhelming favorite if that happens.
I think they would be too, but come on. I need one.
I could see that being a long series.
If it goes 7, I would be all for it. Just come on, Padres.
I think Philly's pitching would hold that series up probably, though.
Yeah, and then both offenses are really good too. Bullpens are pretty even.
I could see that going like 6. I could. As long as
6. Because we would win it and go to the World Series in San Diego.
I would say Philly in 6, but I think it's going to be a long, tough fight.
It's going to be. I mean, it might be one where all the games are slugfest too, which would be even better.
I think Philly's pitching is going to get tired at some point also, and the bullpen is not going to be able to hold up as much. So they might lose a chink in the armor a little bit in that series.
I need to show my small market bias. Padres in 6.
I wouldn't be opposed to it. Let me say that.
No, of course, yeah.
And then you have Yankees, Cleveland. I think Cleveland would technically be the better team.
I don't know if they maybe.
We had an epic series. What was that, last year?
Padres and Guardians in the World Series.
That would be
the two of America's most cursed sports cities in the World Series.
Wait a minute. If that happens, that's a Mr. Small Market waiting to happen.
Oh my! It'd be like the NBA Finals this past season.
And that went 7 games. I mean, I don't know. The Yankee Cleveland one is throwing me partially. Like
Yankees Padres, a rematch of 1998, though.
Okay, that would be a fun one to watch, like on here, like Yankees Padres. Like,
oh man,
I don't know. I can't get my head around
because the Padres did play the Yankees pretty tough when they went there in May. Though the bullpen did have their first big blow up of the season in New York at that time.
Wasn't that a rainy series? If I remember,
it was very rainy, very rainy, pretty offensive heavy, epic series.
I really don't want to say Yankees Philly because that's where I feel like unfortunately this could end up. But
I mean, if it does, it does. As long, do I need to say the line, Nick?
What?
Anybody but the Dodgers.
Well, yeah, everybody, including Yankee fans, hate the Dodgers because of all the money they spend. But, it could be Yankee Philly.
Do you want to have your heart broken again, like 2009?
Well, we won in 2009.
I mean, or 2008. I mean, or no, or seeing. Never mind, because I forgot that the Phillies played the. No, they were the Rays in 08. That's right. They were 08. Yeah,
I forgot that they went back to back. That's how good they were back. That was the Eric Hinsky days.
Oh my goodness!
Remember when Eric Hinsky played for every team in the AL East, and they kept making.
Yes.
Wait, so which team he made the World Series with? Tampa.
Yes, 2008.
And with Philly, right?
Yeah.
Was he on both winning teams?
Possibly.
I gotta look that up. Look that up really quick.
It's like Steve Finley played for all the teams in the NL West and won a ring with Arizona.
Let's see. Eric Hinsky.
Padres, Rockies, Dodgers, Giants, and the Diamondbacks.
All right, let's see. 2016, Hinsky won his 3rd World Series. Oh, he was on the Cubs also?
2016.
I totally forgot about that.
Yep, the Padres just announced it's Pivetta for Game 1. They are having their media day right now from Chicago.
Let's see.
I've been getting notified about who's at the mic right now to talk to the press.
Okay, so it says he won one in 07 and in 09. Wait a minute. No, he didn't. 09, the Yankees won.
Maybe he was on the Yankees.
Oh, was he on the Yankees in 09?
Maybe.
You would think I would remember that, but see if I can look this up really quick.
Come on, Padres, just one time, please. That's all I ask. I will never ask for another championship in San Diego again as long as you win it.
Okay, so here's the teams he was on. So he was with Toronto from 2002 to 2005. And then, in part of 2006. Then he played with the Red Sox. Did they win a ring? No, it was 04.
Yeah, 04, 07, and then
so he was on the 07 team.
Yes.
So he won. So his first one was with the Red Sox in 07. Did the Rays win in 08?
No, Philadelphia won in 08.
Okay, so then he was with Pittsburgh. That one made no sense. Well, he started 09 in Pittsburgh, and then he went to the Yankees. So he won a ring in 09.
There you go.
And then the other teams played for the Braves from 2010 to 2012. They didn't win anything. And he played with Arizona in 2013, which...
Whatever.
He reminds me of Robert Horry a little bit.
Yes.
Winning
Horry for the win. Bang!
So he won how many with the Lakers and then with the Spurs?
With the Rockets and the Lakers, yeah.
And the Rockets too, no?
Yeah, Houston, San Antonio, and the Lakers.
Want to talk about a human ring chaser.
Horry for the win, yes.
By the way, I forgot to mention other news that came down before the beginning of the show as well. Did you see Bob Melvin got dismissed?
Ha, ha, ha.
And I saw that the... see if I can find it.
By the way, Robert Horry, 7-time champion.
Right place, right time. Here it is. So here's the Giants statement. The San Francisco Giants today announced that the club has dismissed manager Bob Melvin after meeting with ownership I met with Bob today to inform him of my decision, said the president of baseball operations, Buster Posey.
Yes.
On behalf of the organization, I want to express my appreciation to Bob for his dedication, professionalism. I don't know about professionalism and class, because he would yell at every umpire and everybody. I wish him all the best. After a careful evaluation, we determined that making a change in leadership was in the best interest of the team. The last couple of months have been both disappointing and frustrating for all of us, and we did not perform up to our standards. We now turn our focus to identifying a new leader to guide us forward. Giants ownership has been a mess.
Hi, Giants fans. Hi, Mets fans. I tried telling everybody in San Fran and in the Big Apple about how the Padres were smart to let Melvin and Soto go, and all we got is, oh, they're the savior of our franchise. Oh, thanks a lot for the gift. Are we sure about that?
Yeah, really. I mean, look what happened to Soto, and now look what happened to Bob Melvin. I mean, by the way, they made the trade for Devers.
Rafael Devers, and it took them to the bottom of the ocean.
And you remember when Ben did the video, almost having a crying attack?
And guess what? Who's in the postseason and who's not after the trade?
Look at the ironies of big name players. Devers gets traded. Look what happens. The Red Sox pull themselves out of the gutter and make the playoffs. Juan Soto leaves for free agency from the Yankees, goes to the Mets, misses the playoffs. The Yankees make the playoffs and have a small chance of winning the World Series. I want to see them mock Juan Soto if they win the World Series.
I mean, if it happens with a certain team in Southern California, not named the Dodgers, who wins the World Series, absolutely.
I want to find that video one more time, just because
I may be stone cold out of my mind if that happens.
I mean,
I might be having a stogie in my mouth. Get to call out so many people for crapping upon my city and my franchise. You know who they are.
I mean, that's someone who just doesn't like small market sports. But
this, so yeah.
God, as that was going off obnoxiously in the background. But this video, this video, just by the Reds mocking Frank the Tank.
The Reds.
Oh, shit. But that's just incredible. I mean, incredible. Frank kind of deserved that, to be quite honest. Oh, look. Aaron Boone was talking to the media about the Red Sox. The Red Sox. The Reds. Let's see. Aaron Boone. Oh, God. Why is he talking about the Red Sox? I mean, I guess we could hear from Aaron Boone if you want. Uh-oh. I hear movement. I mean, I'll grab that sound because I think that's worth hearing. Let's hear from Aaron Boone, shall we? So this is Aaron Boone on the Red Sox. Let's take a listen.
You've managed a bit over the years against Alex Cora. How would you describe him as a manager and preparing to face one of his teams?
A good one. I think he's really good. I think he, he's they play the game within the game really well. I think he's a really good leader. I think his team, kind of embodies who he is, and I think he does a really good job of helping set and define the culture over there. That, and obviously, they've gone through a couple of tough years, but he's always been the clear leader of that group, and you started to see it come together a little bit last year, I felt like, and now, obviously this year, after a little bit of an uneven start, they've they've really become obviously a very good team and one of the best teams in the league here the second half of the year. And but I think a lot of people saw it coming too, contrary to what I think he's played the little engine that could over there a little bit. I think a lot of people knew the Red Sox were coming this year. So, but I think he's one of the game's really good ones.
So that's Yankee manager Aaron Boone on him saying that he thought the Red Sox might have a chance, saying that they were a good team. I mean, I don't know if I agree with that necessarily, but by the way, it also came out. Aaron Boone says Austin Wells will catch tomorrow with Paul Goldschmidt playing first, or no Ben Rice in the starting lineup.
And didn't Rice take a foul ball off the wrist yesterday too?
Oh, did he? I didn't
think so.
see it. But no, this is going to be an interesting series. I wish it was an ALCS and not a wild card.
I do too. Damn baseball playoff format for playoffs.
But I don't know. It's going to be an interesting playoffs. We have a lot to. We're going to be watching a lot of games on here too.
Yes.
And as the playoffs get deeper, the games get more important. We even have the World Series like we did last year. So hopefully we have some teams that we care about in the World Series.
I hope so.
Let's get a Yankees-Padres World Series.
Can I just have one, please? It's all I ask.
Would you go?
My friends and I have already said if the Padres ever get to the World Series, we're getting to a game some way, shape, form, or size.
Even though
whatever it might take.
Even those tickets are going to be Colossus and a half.
Even if we have to go and just be downtown to be a part of the atmosphere, we would do it.
Would they? I'm assuming for the World Series, they probably have an outdoor venue of some sort.
So they're doing watch parties for the first round, and if they get to the DS, they're not doing one for tomorrow. They are doing one for Game 2 and Game 3 this week, though, which is a little weird.
So what's the plan then? Because we got to figure out.
I'm all for doing Game 1, and then I think we're going to be at Petco for Game 2.
So that would be tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon at 3:00 Eastern time because of the damn scheduling and freaking television.
I'm down because I think Ben and Christy wanted to watch the game after as well.
So that literally can lead in for you guys tomorrow.
I'll probably sit and watch the Padre game too, but because I think Zan said he wanted to do Game 2.
Yeah, I'm going to be at Petco sadly for either to celebrate or to okay, we're going to go to Game 3 on Thursday.
So
the season's over.
That reminds me of that stupid Stewie bit from Family Guy with the Mets.
Yes.
It's opening day, and the season's over.
First pitch of the season's over.
That kind of feels like what the Mets were this season.
Or the Peter Griffin meme about Juan Soto. Strike 3, and he knew it. Griffin will surely be sent down to AAA Pawtucket.
That sounds about right.
Strike 3, and he knew it. Didn't even get the bat off his shoulder. He'll most certainly be sent to AA. Strike 3, and he knew it. Never got the bat off his shoulder. He'll be certainly sent to the filming scene for the Sandlot.
Oh, Jesus.
Strike 3, and he knew it. Might be time to pick up a new sport there, sir.
I mean, really? Oh, man. I mean, it's going to be fun. I hope the playoffs actually don't cause a bunch of blowouts. That's all I'm hoping for.
I mean, for baseball's sake, you hope every series goes 3 because that obviously maximizes the whole television schedule and quota.
And by the way, screw you, Major League Baseball, because you screwed up the WNBA playoffs too.
Yeah.
10 a.m. game in Las Vegas.
I think that ended up changing. I want to say. I hope.
Oh, right. Actually, we said what? It was the 6:30 and a 9:30.
Yeah.
What day is that again? That's
Tuesday, I believe. Let me double check the schedule. I know, because it would have been inhumane. Yeah, it says tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Fever Aces. Yeah.
By the way, Fever winning
9:30 Eastern.
By the way, Fever winning and forcing a Game 5. Can you imagine if they win that game?
Indy versus Phoenix for the championship
Without Caitlin Clark?
The Sophie Cunningham Bowl.
Oh God, no Stone Cold Sophie and no Caitlin Clark, and they would win an NBA title.
Honestly, sign me up for Vegas and Phoenix. The Battle of the Desert for the championship.
Oh God, that's going to be the West Coast nightmare trying to watch the game.
I don't think so.
Up and no me bounds, Queen. That's right.
That's true.
Oh God, enough of her. Enough. Oh, they did announce more Unrivaled announcements as well.
Oh boy.
They just announced Aaliyah Boston to Unrivaled too.
Hey,
I like her. She's going to be a really good player.
it's so hard not to like her.
Let's see. Oh, Ryan Howard. Let's see. Brittany Griner.
Hey, I think she was in the league last year.
Skylar Diggins.
Okay.
Let's see. Natasha Heedman.
Stud buds.
Yes. See, that's the interview I want on press row. That's the one. I just want to.
Natasha and Courtney would be amazing.
I would just want to sit here and just just have a conversation. That's it. Just
tee up a question, let them run with it.
And I don't even care if it gets a little
out there. Hey, if you want to bitch about the referees, go for it.
Hey, we would become a viral sensation maybe if they.
Hey, thanks to Novik, we can pay off the fine.
We could. By the way, just a quick update. If people, since we are a business show, when we talk about that stuff, we are doing fairly well with that so far. Fairly well. And we just started how long ago with that? How long has it been? Couple weeks?
Couple weeks, yeah.
I think we have like 10 or 15 signups already.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. And since we're talking about it, I guess we should talk more about it. Sports fans, Novik is flipping the betting game on its head. It's America's #1 sports prediction book, available in 35 states, including California, Texas, Florida, New York.
Hey.
On Novik, you're 10 times more likely to win than a traditional sportsbook because you're not betting against the house. You're playing against real users. It's the only free exchange where you keep 100% of your winnings.
Hold of it.
And just like the MLB playoffs are on, just like the WNBA playoffs are on, download the app today. Sign up with the promo code ETB Network, ETB, NETWORK, as Callan is showing the app right now. And you'll score 1,000 Novik coins plus $5 in Novik cash. Think of that as your currency. Plus spend $5 and get $50 in bonus coins or bonus plays. Must be 21 or older. Gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-GAMBLER if you have a gambling problem.
Denver -7.5 is the spread right now for tonight's MNF game on ESPN.
Yeah, Jake Browning was atrocious against Minnesota. They lost 48-10 their last game. By the way, there's the international game, obviously in Ireland. Oi. And by the way, Minnesota, after being on the road, is going back out to London. That's rare that you see the same team go to 2 international games in a row, because that's a lot of travel.
Yep.
And by the way, Roger Goodell said, I want 16 international games because I want every game to have an international game.
And we'll talk about that more on Thursday.
Hopefully that makes the press round.
No, it did. Believe me. I already made sure that it did.
Because Roger Goodell's a knucklehead. But I think that's enough for now. I think an hour and a half roughly is enough. But enjoy the MLB playoffs. We will see you a bunch doing the games starting tomorrow.
I will be here.
Padres, Cubs, and then Yankees, Red Sox. And no one really cares about Dodgers, Reds, except for Dodgers and Reds fans.
Yes.
So we'll have doubleheader action for you tomorrow. When is? Oh wait, I'm gonna have to move that. When does that game start?
Padres game is at 12:08 Pacific, 3:08 Eastern.
Oh shit! All right, I'm gonna have to move UW because they wanted to do it at 3:00.
I'm sorry, don't break my legs.
I'm gonna have to. All right, I'm gonna have to work on that. Yes, you're hearing some behind the curtain stuff. Deal with it.
This is cool though. We don't get to hear this all the time.
I think we talk more behind the curtain stuff on the air than most networks do. But oh well. It is what it is.
Part
But,
of the business, my friends.
But what time are we doing press row on Thursday so we can tell people?
I think it's going to be a morning show out here on the West Coast on Thursday.
So what time is that?
1:00 Eastern.
I like it. I like it. Me like it.
That way I will be able to fulfill being with my nephew and niece around the four-legged animal that is finally asleep at my feet.
Oh, you mean Ozzy's sleeping finally?
Yes, he is finally asleep because my folks went out to go and grocery shop.
He's like, it's quiet here. I can finally sleep.
Yes.
That was like when Charlie thinks he's a human and starts walking on his hind legs, like just start hopping around. And I'm like, sir, you are not human.
Sir, can you stop that?
You can't walk. At least not that way. You can't walk on two legs. We serve food here, sir. Hey, I see that comment. I see that comment over there. Ugh. Charlie's cooler than Nick. Get out of here.
No.
But one more note for today. Puck Talk. Puck Talk airs from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern later today. You got called to the job. So
I did get called to the job site today.
So,
We're having a little preseason fun for my hockey franchise today in San Diego.
Oh, is this the beach thing or no?
Yeah, this is a beach thing we're doing today, so this will be fun.
Yeah, beach. Might be the last time for a while because the season's changing. But
yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of people still out there, though. So,
I mean, at least it stays a little warmer out there where you are. At least
it is currently 74 degrees and it's extremely cloudy. So, still, yes,
it's unseasonably warm here in New York. It's like 72. Like,
I want the fall now.
I mean, I like fall. I'm the weird person who likes fall over summer. But
I mean, it doesn't matter. I still show up for Gulls opening night, and it's like 85 degrees in October.
Exactly. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like,
and it's that way for like the first 3 or 4 home games of the season.
See, I'm the weird guy in fall that will wear shorts but likes to wear a sweatshirt. Like,
yeah,
like, sir, it's not 80 degrees out. I'm like, yeah, I wear shorts all year round.
Are you the kind of guy that wears shorts in the middle of a snowstorm too?
I've done it. My brother, back in the day when he went to Albany, quick story, but when he would come back, he'd be in shorts, or we would go down there, and there's like, remember Albany? It's where the snow is, there in Buffalo.
I've flown in there several times in the middle of August when it's been smoldering hot and humid.
Yeah, it's either really hot or really snowy up there.
Yes.
And we're walking around.
No in between.
Yeah. And he's wearing flip flops and shorts, and there's like there's like a foot of snow on the ground.
Oh
like,
my god, I love it.
And I'm like, sir, like, why? He's like, because I can. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds.
Good.
Oh yeah, Jen said, oh, I'll wear flip flops. So I would do that, but I don't feel like slipping and falling on snow and ice. The problem is we don't get snow here anymore. Like in New York, we don't even get snow. Global warming.
Climate change.
Exactly.
As they say.
But I would wear shorts all year round. I still do it. And like, are you just gonna wear shorts all year? Yeah. I never liked wearing like normal pants. Like I'm so used to wearing shorts. Just
I'm
like
not wearing any pants.
Oh God. Fairly Odd Parents. So what is that dumb thing he used to say? Electric bills are for squares, like pants.
Yes.
And I'm like, what does one have to do with the other? But yeah, as Jen said, Puck Talk tonight with herself and Tom Albano.
Yes.
Hockey. It's almost back.
We're almost there, baby.
How many more days? It's the 5th, right?
October 7th is opening night.
Oh, it's the 7th? I thought it was the 5th. I don't know why. I thought it was the 5th. But
so next Monday will be our official season preview show where we kind of go through all the division winners and all that garbage next week.
Hockey!
And we actually get to do an actual regular season episode now with our new format.
Hockey! And then, as we teased already, we're working on another thing. Another idea thing.
Maybe 2 eventually. Later down the road.
Yeah, there's a lot of playback content. I'm waiting because they haven't done the This Week in Playback town halls the last couple of weeks because they're trying to finish the around the room, the around the horn formatting thing. Which as soon as that is open for testing, like you and I are literally just gonna start like pressing buttons like a 5-year-old kid all over again.
This is what Tony Reale did for 23 years.
Essentially, yeah. I literally said to Brandon, and by the way, Brandon's a really good guy. Like he runs like all
We
the
love you, Brandon. Thank you for all that you do, my friend.
and like I said, can it literally be like, is it like when you hit the mute, like is it literally gonna do like the 10-second thing? He's like, it should. And I'm
It
like,
should, yes.
and I was like, oh my God. I just want to do that just so I can see the 10-second thing come up like every time. But the head-to-head and the 30 seconds of screen time for the winner and the records. It's actually going to get the records so we don't have to.
Thank God.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Oh, last thing. Personality-wise, who do you think all of us are from the all-time panelists to now?
Putting me on the spot here.
This one's a good like rainy day.
When next time we have a rainy day, I will get back to you. No, I'm kidding. Honestly, I don't know.
I'm trying to think who like you would be. I could see you being like a Jay Mariotti.
Okay. I can hang with that.
Because he would say obnoxious things, but they would make sense like all the time, and then people would have to be like, "Oh, people think he's being a jerk, but he's really not."
Exactly.
I could see you being that. I don't know what I would be though. Oh man,
Michael Smith.
Oh God, no. I could seriously see myself being Woody Page from time to time.
I like that. That's a good one.
Because I could say some really like obnoxious things in jest, like as a joke and sarcasm. Like he was the king of the sarcasm for sure.
1,000%, yes.
The problem is this format would be tough to put a board behind me. Like, so I to write something obnoxious on the board every single time.
Yes.
I'm trying to think who else. Actually, who would Nick D be? I think that would be a personality.
Oh.
That's a good one, right? I mean,
that is a good one.
Like who would he be? Oh man. Oh, I could see him being a Bomani.
I like that actually.
Because Bomani would just like whenever he thinks something is awkward, like he'll just make the faces or whatever.
Yes.
I'm trying to see now. I got to look up like around the horn. Let's see.
That one time Adam Schefter was one.
Oh God. Let's see. Around the horn. Oh wow. Around the horn panelists. Here we go. Oh God. Ah.
Patrick, but it's not a ride.
Get off of me. Oh God. Oh, here we go. Here we got a list.
But I don't even work here.
Want a job? Start now.
Oh boy, would I?
You're fired.
Oh.
Let's see. Jay Mariotti, Bob Ryan. I don't think anyone would be a Bob Ryan in this group. Oh. God. People wait till the show is over.
We're almost there, we promise.
Wait, Josh Elliott was a panel?
Like early on ATH, yeah.
Oh, Bill Plaskey. Was there a Bill Plaskey of the group?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm the only guy on the West Coast, which isn't much.
Tim Cowlishaw.
We don't have anybody in Texas.
Texas? Who wants to know anything about dumb old Texas?
Certain somebody used to be on this network.
Let's see. Oh, Jay Adonde.
Oh man.
That's a good one. Did I tell you that Zan had him as a professor at
That had to be so damn cool, man.
We interviewed him way back in the day. That was fun when we had a role of around the horn panelists on the podcast Tom and I did when he was the host with me.
Those guys are awesome, man.
We had Sarah Spain like 2 times. We
Oh,
had
I'd love to get her on press row.
I have her email. I've tried emailing her. It hasn't worked. And it's her official email, not the ESPN one.
I'll keep trying. I'm kidding.
And I could try. Let's see who else.
Still waiting to hear back from Candace Paca.
I hope that works out. That I feel like that one could just be a fun, casual conversation.
Yeah,
too.
absolutely.
I would want to know her thoughts on like what's going on with the WNBA officiating right now.
I know, right?
And by the way, we will get into Cheryl Reeve on Thursday because she had a little, what would you say, Greg Popovich in her a little bit.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, it's fine, but she was wrong about the foul call. That's for sure. But I'll leave that for press row.
Yes.
But yeah, press row 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on Thursday. Maybe that'll lead into some other people doing. That would be a game 3 day, though, right?
It would be, yes.
So that would be an if optional. Actually, wait a minute. How are you going to be at the watch party if you're doing?
I'm only going to the one for game 2 on Wednesday.
Oh, you would go to the game 2 one. Got it. Hey, maybe when is the game though again? That day 3?
12:08.
Shit.
Yes.
Son of a bitch. I was going to say we could have done it the opposite way. And
why don't you just go to your home?
Because, you have to do the early because you had work, right, on Thursday?
Yeah, no, just so I can take care of the dog, yeah.
Because I was going to say we could have done the lead-in into the...
Exactly.
We could have done the game and then done press row. That would have been a long day, though.
Long day.
We've done it before with the NBA Finals.
I know, we have.
What did we do, like almost 8 hours?
Well, let's see. We had unnecessary wagers lead into the 2 WNBA playoff games we did. That was a 7-hour day.
Well, I'm talking about when we did the first episode of Press Row for the NBA Finals.
Oh, yeah. It was after game 1 of the finals, yeah.
That was like a 7-hour plus stream, if I remember correctly.
It was something like that.
But, all right, we're getting off track. I think it's time to go, unless you have anything else less to add.
No, I think that's it. Got a chance to talk some baseball. Again, Jen and Tom will have puck talk because I'll be at the office for the next 3 hours from 6:30 till about 9:30 Eastern.
The fun part.
The fun part, yes.
Fun part of the job.
Getting ready to get into the actual season.
I can't believe hockey season is here. It's weird. Like,
and today it was the first official day of NBA media days around the NBA for a lot of the teams.
I saw like on Twitter, like everyone was posting the pictures from the photo shoots. So I was like, oh god, that's when you know it's like here. Like,
and then Giannis missed Milwaukee media day because he had COVID.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. Wow.
That's what Yahoo Sports said today.
Oh, so he didn't get to take the obnoxious pictures. Oh, with Miles Turner.
Yeah.
I forgot. Wow, so NBA season's around the corner. NHL season's around the corner.
Denver Nuggets are coming to San Diego next Tuesday to play a game.
Are they?
Against the Timberwolves at the Sports Arena.
Oh, is that the one game, a preseason that they come to San Diego?
Yeah, which is weird because the Clippers come to Oceanside that same day to play a team from wherever the Chinese Basketball League.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. It's weird that they, like you said, they do it in the preseason. They have no issue doing that. But let's get them back. Come on. Bring them back to San Diego. Come on.
I know.
Just like they should bring a certain football team back to San Diego.
You can read my Substack, folks. Mr. Small Market Sports.
They should. Fuck LA. Enough LA.
Thank you. Louder for the people in the back.
Fuck LA. Even though I've been there. Ugh.
Yeah, I have several times too.
Well, you're closer to it, so I'll say you have more experience on that.
Never again.
Yeah, Los Angeles is rough. Like,
it is.
Try going to LAX. Blech.
Been there, done that several times to fly out of here internationally.
Have you seen paparazzi in LAX?
No.
Wow, that's a normal day for LAX.
It is a normal day for LAX, yes. The only time I recall paparazzi was my friend Matt got interviewed by Kimmel or Fallon's street team while we were in Hollywood on the Walk of Fame.
Oh, the man on the street things that they were so. That's one thing I'll give him credit for. He's good at his team are really good at those man on the streets. But
yeah, that was it though.
But have you seen Celebrities in LAX?
No.
That
I did see Kobe Bryant at Disneyland though one year or a
wait,
couple
really?
years. Yeah.
Like actually get near him or
Not near him, but I saw him and yelled out his name and he waved back and the guy behind me said, "Who's that?"
what?
I'm like, "Sir, that's Kobe Bryant."
Oh my god, what? Sorry. And usually I hate LA teams, but like
Come
if
on
someone,
now.
if someone ever said who's Kobe Bryant to me, I would literally go like
It's the Batman and Robin meme.
and if they say to me, "What's that for?" and I'm like, "You're not a sports fan." Like
you don't know, even if you're not a sports fan, you don't know who Kobe Bean Bryant is. Come on, man.
that would be like saying that's like someone said to me once, "Who's LeBron James?"
What? Oh my gosh.
And I was like, huh? And I'm like, I hate him, but I was like, oh God. That last one I'll say. Someone said to me, this was years ago, or not too long ago. Someone said to me, I said, "Do you know Derek Jeter?" They're like, "Who's Derek Jeter?"
I had that same thing happen when I was at the old Yankee Stadium one year.
And I said, huh? And mouth like literally almost like that. What's that phone commercial where the mouth drops all the way through the ceilings? I forgot which.
Oh, I forget.
It's that dumb green or yellow guy. Mouth stretches through the floors, but
Oh, by the way, Nick, before we do sign off,
yeah.
the Baseball Hall of Fame has unveiled the finalists for next year's Ford C. Frick Award for Broadcast Excellence.
Oh, I like this award. Okay.
So we have 10 nominees.
Okay.
From the Milwaukee Brewers and TBS, Brian Anderson.
That's a good one.
Formerly of Fox Sports, now ESPN MNF lead voice, Joe Buck.
Wait, I thought the Ford C. Frick Award was a baseball award, isn't it?
It's for Joe's time doing the World Series and doing baseball.
Okay. That's not bad. Okay.
Skip Carey.
Where is he? Is he still doing baseball? I'm so lost. Like,
It looks like Atlanta Braves Spanish voice Rene Cardenas is also on the list.
is it bad? I don't know who that is.
SNY's Gary Cohen.
How dare you? That's all I have to say to Gary Cohen.
I'm guessing this is either Expos or Blue Jays French announcer Jacques Doucette.
Why does that name sound familiar? I saw his name pop up the other day. Okay.
Giants TV announcer Dwayne Kuiper.
He's been around forever. Ever. He's really good.
From the Cardinals, John Rooney. I'm guessing does radio now after Mike Shannon retired, or one of the two.
Yeah, I think you're right.
From the Blue Jays and formerly of ESPN, Dan Schulman.
He hasn't been with the Blue Jays a long time, but I guess it's for his ESPN time calling baseball. I like
and your boy, John Sterling.
Oh, he deserves more than the Ford C. Frick Award.
Put the guy in the damn Hall of Fame.
I mean, did he get a little senile in the last couple of years? But you know what? He's fucking 86. I gotta look
live from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. It's New York Yankees baseball.
He's 87. Come on. Like, and by the way, he retired and the Yankees like almost forced him out of retirement for the playoff run.
That ball is high. It is far and it is gone.
And thank you, Susan. And it's time for New York Yankees baseball on the WFAN New York Yankees radio network. I mean, that was like a childhood voice for me growing up. Like, and by the way, like people shit on Michael Kay. Like, first of all, he's the voice of the Yankees. But where do you think Kay started? It was with John Sterling. John Sterling, people don't remember, he started on the S Network calling the games.
Yeah.
On the TV side. And by the way, Susan Waldman was the original sideline
before sideline reporters were ever a damn thing in baseball.
I don't even know if they call it a sideline reporter for baseball. What do they call it for baseball?
It actually is the sideline reporters. Actually.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
She was the original Yes Network voice until what's her name now? Meredith Morakovitz took over.
Yeah.
Well, too. I think she does a really good job.
Yeah.
And then I don't know why Sterling left for the radio booth though.
Don't know.
But they were in the booth. Then Kay took over. SNY officially announces Carlos Mendoza will be back. Oh, that's bullshit. But I mean, I did say that it wasn't his fault, but is that really a surprising move though?
No, this is Patrick.
Exactly. But I think I told you, but I don't know if I told most. But Sterling is at my former radio station where I used to work,
Oh, wow.
doing a 1-hour show on Saturdays.
Okay.
I've listened to it. It's not bad, but it's not good. Like,
I mean, yeah, it could be bad. It could be worse. I mean, not that big of a deal.
it's an hour sports show on a talk radio station.
Yeah.
That's like putting music on a talk station. Like,
Yes.
actually,
or on AM radio like it used to be.
Actually, they put Cousin Brucey back on WABC where I was too. But
This is the Nick Morgeson show on WABC.
I'm telling you, the one day if I can get my friend to listen to the show, finally, there's the radio executive. And if they ever say to me, I want to be syndicated, and they say, where do you want to be? I want to be on WABC, just so I could laugh and be like, I'm like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, we're back, baby. Who's the talent now?
This is Press Row.
Look at that. What the hell is this shit? I'm like, a show that actually matters? But, okay. Almost 2 hours, I think, is enough.
Shut it down. Let's go home.
We keep babbling. It's the final word. That doesn't work.
It's the showdown.
I love how they use the Western music for everything, too.
Same.
On the horn, but oh man. Well, you and I will be back for playoff baseball tomorrow.
We'll be back tomorrow for game 1.
Cubs, Padres, and wait, is that the Kevin Brown series?
Kevin Brown, Jess Mendoza, and Jesse Rogers and Ben McDonald.
Jessica Mendoza could go take a hike. Seriously.
Gee, of course, they have to put somebody who works for the Dodgers on a Padre broadcast for no damn reason.
Do you remember she was part of the Mets front office and then she got in trouble for something she said on, I think something she said on an ESPN broadcast.
Like, huh?
And they're like, you're fired. I'm like, and then does she work for the Dodgers or is it she just does the TV or whatever?
She just fills in for television, but still, like, really?
I heard such an awkward exchange the other night between her and who's the play-by-play voice now?
Joe Davis?
No, it was I think it was another guy who was doing it.
Steven Nelson?
Yeah, I think it was him. And like it got very awkward and then it got silent.
All righty, man. I got to get moving.
Yeah.
Great show.
Yeah. We're going to stop babbling so you can get your day back. Everybody gets their day back.